It's a major new information now from New Orleans. Fox News confirms the FBI no longer believes that there are other suspects involved in the New Orleans terror attack. They are still asking people to send in tips on Shamsuddin Jabbar. Meantime, Washington is on alert with several high-profile events this month. The nation's capital is tightening security for former President Carter's funeral next week, as well as President-elect Trump's inauguration. Let's bring in Tim Spiess, retired senior special agent for the Secret Service. Sir, thank you for joining us this morning. And you've had the opportunity to react first to this news that it appears that the suspect in this horrific vehicle ramming acted alone. Your thoughts?
Yes, he probably did. Usually when there's others involved, there's a trail of breadcrumbs, as we say, that would most likely lead back to those individuals.
You know, initially, Alethea Duncan, the FBI special agent in charge, had said they were looking at a range of suspects, that they initially did not believe that he was solely responsible. Now they've conducted a great many interviews and they've combed his residence, that sort of thing. Why the dramatic shift? What do you think possibly led them to believe there could be other suspects involved? And of course, now they have so much more information.
Well, I think for starters, when an event like this happens, a lot of people think, especially law enforcement, they always want to cover all their bases and they want to make sure that they have everybody in the picture. What I mean by that is there could be planners, there could be people that handle logistics. They may only pick him to do one thing, and that is to do the event. So they're always backtracking and always trying to find any leads or anything that ties into that. In this case, though, with this person being a former Army military personnel, I tend to think that he was very independent. He knew what he had to do for himself, and he knew how to do it. So therefore, I also think too that someone like this doesn't want to involve more people, because then there's the chance of leaks.
That's a great point. You know, now we have the Sugar Bowl slated to happen tonight. Can people heading to that event feel a little bit of a sense of relief that there are not a great many suspects or a manhunt underway right now?
I believe so. What you have to remember is that when an event happens like this, they solely pick one event because they know they're only going to get one chance. If that chance fails, well then, just like now, everything is heightened. So therefore, it reduces their chance to be successful on a second and third event. If a second and third event does happen, it's most likely going to have within minutes or hours right after the first one. So the fact that the state, the local, and now the federal have a chance to rebuild, make a more robust security perimeter for tonight's football game, I think that diminishes the chances of another perpetrator trying to, make a large event tragic.
Yeah, we are concerned about copycats in the coming weeks and months ahead. This isn't the only profile ahead. We mentioned the presidential inauguration right around the corner. Do you have concerns about that? And how can law enforcement prevent a similar attack?
Well, I can tell you from experience, I've been to 3 inaugurations myself, G.W. Bush 2 and the second Obama. The inauguration is an event that happens every 4 years. It's repeated. There's an SOP that we have. We've been doing it for how many years? Many, many years. The only thing that they'll do is they'll tweak and they'll adjust according to current events, as such now with the truck. But I can tell you from my experience, we already have those areas covered. If anything, they'll just be more vigilant and observant for our perimeters, because basically it's your perimeter that...
Absolutely. Tim Spiess, thank you very much. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. I know a lot of people will be there for the inauguration, a beautiful day for America, happening every 4 years, a special occasion. We appreciate your insight.